Welcome everyone. In this video I will show you how you can make your own missions for the Dark mod. This is Dark Radiant, the editor, and it is working in additive mode only. This means you start off with empty space and simply add brushes and objects onto it. Also, when you build objects, you have to decide between models and entities. Models are static objects only, and entities are functional objects that can move and have an effect on the world. So first we want to build an AI person. So right click in the 2D view and click on Create Entity. Now go into the AI folder and then simply add a person. It doesn't really matter which, but the purpose of this is to get a sense of scale. Now you can press Escape to deselect it. Now you can build a room around this person here. So left click in the 2D view and drag a brush of the size you want. You notice it's not really aligned to the grid here. This is because the grid size is not large enough. Press the key with the number 4 to change the grid size to 8. Now you can also press Ctrl G and then this brush is really aligned to the grid. Now also the height of this brush needs to change, so we need to change the 2D view so that we can see the Z dimension. Press the Ctrl and the Tab key, and now to change the size of the brush you need to click outside of the brush and drag in the direction you want. Now this is a solid brush and we need to hollow it out to make a room. So you need to go over here and click on this button. This is the Make Room button, and what it does is it replaces the brush with 6 wall brushes on each side. Now let's create textures for this room. When you go to the texture panel over here, you will notice there are no textures yet. This is because it will only show you textures that are already applied to brushes. But when you first want to apply textures to brushes, you need to go to the Media tab over here and select the Dark Mod folder here, and I will create pretty random stone texture to it. You can be a little bit more creative. And right click on the one you want and select Apply to Selection. Now you see the stone textures got applied to all the brushes that were selected. Now the next important thing is creating a basic light or an ambient light for the whole map. So press Escape to deselect everything and right click inside this room and create a light. Now this light should span the whole map, and so we need to change its size. Scroll outwards the view with the mouse wheel, and again to change the size you need to click outside with the left mouse button and drag it. And also make sure the size is appropriate in the Z dimension. Scroll in again. And now there are some properties of the light that needs to be adjusted. Press the L key to open up the light properties. An ambient light needs to get a different light texture here, and it has to be ambient light NFO. Also the color of the light is way too bright, so we need to change the brightness value to something lower than 10. You can actually play around a little bit with the values. I will choose the value 8 and also move the color a little bit more to the red spectrum. Also check this box over here, do not cast shadows. Now we are done here, but there is one more thing you need to do with the light, and while it is still selected, go to the Entity tab here, and you see all the properties of this entity. This is or the light or the model that is just selected, and we need to change the name property. So click on it and change the value to ambient underscore world. Click on this box to apply it. And this name is really important. It needs to be exactly this one. Press escape to deselect the light. And now we actually want to test the map. So we need a player start. Right click on the position you want the player start to be. And click on adding the player start. Now also again change the view here to make sure it is actually not inside of any brush here, but inside of the room. Also it's better to not make it exactly touch the ground. Sometimes it will get stuck there, so place it a little bit above it. Now you can save this map. There's already an autosave here, but I will name it TUT for tutorial. And now let's open up the dark mod to test the map. Here you need to open the command line, and you do this by pressing Ctrl, Alt, and then the key that is below the escape key. Then type in the command test map space and then the name of your map. Press enter and then wait while it compiles. So this is the first room we created, and you see it's pretty dark. But don't worry, later on we will add some more lights and torches. And now let's go back to the editor and add some more rooms.